while 79% of mobile phones in Africa are low-end feature devices, showing that this technology is still highly relevant, despite the current focus on smartphones. This is according to Mixit, which is a South African-based mobile social network with millions of users across the continent. CNBC Africa's Thomas Marie explores mobile education apps being developed in South Africa to enhance learners' outcomes given the extreme disparity of education in the country.
Mixit was launched in 2005 as a free instant messaging application optimized for feature phones. In 2009, Mixit engineers plugged the application into Wikipedia, allowing users to access content through low-end devices. It proved hugely successful, and now the Mixit Reach platform offers a vast host of education, counseling and healthcare apps for over 8,000 different devices, including high-end smartphones.
Mixit's been accessed in over 140 countries worldwide. The big focus at the moment is in India and in Nigeria. So we've got a Mixit India office that has been in place for about 6 months now, and they're very much focused on localizing content. So we're firm believers that you can't just take a one-size-fits-all approach. We need to adapt our content and our applications to best suit the target market.
Mixit has around 5 million monthly active users in South Africa, and the Mixit Reach platform connects over 1 million people to free, high-quality, localized educational material each month. It's the largest platform of its kind in Africa.
And the real strength of Mixit is the fact that we've worked with a number of different partners looking at different ways to use education or educational technology. So to give you an example, we work with Siyavula, who provide everything maths and everything science, which is the entire maths and science textbook available on a device like this. Then we work with Quizmax. They help learners prepare for exams. So the key thing they do there is provide literally thousands of different questions that learners can go through to test their knowledge.
We have written, in partnership with numerous sponsors, books from grade 4 to 12 for science. So grade 4 to 6 natural sciences. They're available for free at thunderboltkids.co.za. There's a 7 to 9 content. The website's coming soon. Other partners have actually written free content for maths and technology as well. So there'll actually be quite a lot of books on that website. As soon as it's available, we'll share the URL. And then we've got maths 10, 11 and 12 and physical sciences 10, 11, 12, plus maths lit 10 and life sciences 10.
Siyavula is looking to expand their content through partnerships to include accounting, information technology and geography. Another application which went live on the 1st of September this year is Paper Video. Students scan a code on their revision papers and the app delivers video content of a teacher going through a maths problem.
Paper video is a very exciting development. The essence of paper video is the video technology they're using, and they're taking a great teacher and he's working through examples of exam papers in a very thorough and methodical way. What we've done is we've taken that content and essentially the transcript and some of the images, and we've made them accessible on a lower end device.
This platform allows you to instantly go see, well, how is this done? And to connect with other people and see how they have possibly done it themselves. Giving you access to other teachers. Well, if there are other teachers online who are using it and are posting questions, then that gives you access. So it's all centered around the Paper Video app. It addresses what we see as a shortfall in our education system, which is a lack of quality explanation and context around these questions. And then instead of saying, well, we're going to create a standalone program for a lucky few to load on, we're going to create something that is instantly accessible to the entire country.
Compared with a national average of 31%, the average matric maths mark for users of education apps through Mixit was 66%, according to the company's research. Going forward, the platform will be expanding into other emerging markets where feature phones are still widely used, such as India and Nigeria. Thomas Marie reporting for CNBC Africa, Cape Town.
A phenomenal story. Now we're joined in studio to give us more insight on innovation in education by the men behind these projects, Christopher Mills, co-founder of Paper Video, and Mark Horner, chief executive of Siyavula. Mark, maybe let's kick off with you. This kind of innovation in South Africa surely must be a first in the industry, but tell us how exactly you came about with Siyavula as a project.
Our history is quite organic. As a project, we were incubated within the Shuttleworth Foundation with a focus on making educational resources freely and openly available. So openly in the sense that people can legally copy them, change them, adapt them. We really feel that a lot of the content that's in the curriculum should be unlocked for everyone to use. And Siyavula left the foundation with an investment from PSG. So we're actually a social enterprise, and we've been focused on the technology to make content as accessible as possible. That's really our mission, making high quality education as accessible as possible, which means catering for print. There are many learners that still need print as their accessibility requirement, but not ignoring low-end feature phones, catering for the smartphones and then the high-end market. And we want to do that with the same content. So we want to make sure that the content that we produce is actually available to all learners over as many different channels as possible to make it really accessible.
Mark, I raised my eyebrows when you said that you were backed by PSG because immediately Kiro came to mind. Are you working in conjunction with this company?
So we have a very open relationship with them, and they know what we're doing and they know what content we're producing, and we talk to them. So we're not we don't have an intimate partnership with them actually, but we do exchange a lot of ideas and talk to them quite often.
Almost sounds as though you're still courting each other before officially going out on on making that announcement out on your marriage. But Christopher, let's come to you. Paper Video recently launched this week. The uptake to this, given the fact that matrics are set to write approaching their final exams, and it's that time of the year where a lot of students need to bed down their skills and their knowledge that they've gained over the last couple of months and implement that in exams.
Yes, so leading up to the exams, our greatest challenge at this stage is getting that content out to all the users. I mean, we've got 2 months until that exam kicks off. So our focus is going to be making it not only accessible on a smartphone platform, but also on Mixed Reach via the Paper Video Lite. And then also we're planning on going on a bit of a road trip at the end of this month, where we're going to disseminate DVDs and flash drives to people who don't even have access to the internet. That way they can still access the videos. And finally, we've made it that the videos are freely available for download. So people can go to the website, click download, they get the video, and we're hoping that they also then spread organically from people being able to do that.
A question to both of you gentlemen. I was going through the World Economic Forum figures earlier on today, and the South African educational aspect was quite dire. Is there scope for the innovative products that you gentlemen produce and make available to cooperate, let's say, with government to ensure that as a nation we can rise to the challenge in a highly sort of competitive world out there?
So we believe in partnering with government as much as possible. I believe that the National Development Plan, well, it says that we need to really focus on education to be competitive, and we all agree with that. And DBE has a strategic plan. And I think to have the maximum impact, we should align with those things. And at Siyavula, what we believe is that we should try to leverage the technology to support that process as effectively as possible. We need teachers doing a good job in the classroom, and we need technology to enable that. So we believe machines should do what machines do well, and people should do what people do well. So things like automating assessment and delivering that over multiple different devices very rapidly, and marking it and giving learners feedback, that we can do with machines, which will free up more of educators' time to give learners the kind of attention that they need.
Christopher, maybe to come to you on that one as well. It's interesting, the analogy that Mark made mention of, but not only do you need to teach the learners how to use this application, but have you had to teach the educators themselves?
No, we haven't. Our mission is to also in part provide the educators themselves. So what we're going to be focusing on next year is building up a group of dedicated teachers who essentially become teacher celebrities. So we're forming a Hollywood of education in South Africa, where we draw in some top-notch teachers and we get them to align our lessons with that of the curriculum. So what you were saying earlier, how do we interact with government? Well, we have to interact very closely with them because they set the benchmark for what needs to be done. And of course, we have to prepare students for that material. There's no point in preparing our own standalone stuff, obviously. So bringing the teachers on board and then making that freely available to everyone over the internet, so that everyone can have essentially 2 teachers, their brick and mortar teacher, and then they can go online and have a second teacher if they wish or need to.
Chris, just to close off with you, the key word that you've used this evening is free. Free downloads, free access to this. What's the incentive for paper video? How do you make your money?
Okay, well, what we do is after building up this platform and then loading it up with a whole bunch of great teachers, we can then support paper publications in enriching their existing material with our videos. So in much the same way as we've embedded our videos into past papers, and at the moment we've got another workbook that they're embedded in, we will then allow people who are producing textbooks to come to us and say, we also want a slice of this action, can we embed it in our publication? And we'll provide that as a service to them.
Thank you so much for joining us, gentlemen, and all the best with your future innovation. That was Christopher Mills, co-founder of Paper Video, and Mark Horner, Chief Executive of Siyavula.